This one is the top 5 fragrances, most complimented fragrances in my collection. Now, for my top 5 list, I have taken into consideration how many times I've worn these fragrances. So I'm going based off of a percentage of how many compliments I've gotten to how much I've worn the fragrance. So there are other fragrances that have received more compliments than these, but at the same time I've worn way more times than these here. In other words, wearing this fragrance garners a high chance of getting a compliment that day. And without further ado, let's get started with the number 5 fragrance, which is Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. This is one of my first fragrances that I've added to my collection, and it's still going strong. I love wearing this fragrance. It is very pleasant to me, and apparently to the people around me as well. So, about this fragrance, it has a 7.8 rating on Parfums. It was released in 2017. The scent is fresh, synthetic, and I've heard that this fragrance is a toned down version of Dior Sauvage. Now, I've smelled Dior Sauvage a long time ago. I do not have it in my collection, and now I don't plan on having that fragrance in my collection after having heard that this is a not as loud version of Dior Sauvage. So, main accords of this fragrance are fresh, synthetic, spicy, woody, and citrus. And the fragrance notes include ambroxan, lavender, Italian bergamot zest, pepper, and patchouli. Now, you know what? I'm going to do a comparison between Parfums and Fragrantica. Let me get some keyboard sounds up in here. But from my last video, I noticed that Parfums sometimes tends to omit some fragrance notes, so let's see. Okay, so according to Fragrantica, we have fragrance notes of bergamot and pepper. Okay, so yeah, those are in Parfums. We also have middle notes of lavender, metallic notes, coal, watery notes, and soil tincture. See, the metallic notes and the coal and the soil and the watery notes are not on Parfums. And I do get that in this fragrance, all of those notes. It's so weird that coal is a fragrance note, but it makes sense as this fragrance is named Carbon. Oh yeah, this bottle makes some nice sounds. And base notes, according to Fragrantica, are ambroxan and patchouli. The syntheticness comes from the ambroxan note, probably the metallic notes as well. It's, like I said, I don't want to say a clone of Dior Sauvage because it's its own thing. I need to smell Dior Sauvage again to make that comparison. But I guess when I finish this bottle, I'll buy a bottle of Dior Sauvage, or I don't know if I can't find another bottle of this one. I'll get Dior Sauvage. But yeah, this fragrance is highly complimented. It more so by the ladies, but I don't know if I would like this to be louder, because to me it's already the projection is pretty out there, in my opinion. So to hear that Dior Sauvage is even louder, I don't know, I might get off put by that. And as well as the people around me, but I tend to wear fragrances for me, but it's a nice cherry on top to get compliments. I mean, who doesn't like compliments? But yeah, if I don't get any compliments, it's no biggie. I just love wearing fragrances. It's a mood booster, a mood enhancer. It makes my day better. Some fragrances even, I don't know, they help me be more proactive, more energized. But yeah, this one is a heavy hitter when it comes to getting compliments. So that is number 5. Prada, Luna, Rossa, Carbon. And I have Luna Rossa Ocean Eau de Toilette, as well as Luna Rossa Black. And those are compliment getters as well. But this one takes the cake easily. And yeah, I got the 5-ounce 150 ml bottle. So it's probably gonna be a while until I finish that fragrance. Alright, moving along. My number 4 most complimented fragrance in my collection is Yves Saint Laurent Eau de Parfum Intense. The Eau de Parfum Intense. Now this is a tester bottle, so we got the plain white box, and it says not for sale, so don't ask me to sell it to you guys. Honestly, I don't know, the first time I bought a tester fragrance and I saw that, I was kind of like freaked out a little bit. I'm like, oh man, what if the FBI is gonna come and find me or something? Okay, I might have to cut. Okay, I had to cut because I was having a hard time trying to get the lid off of this box. But I got it now. Now to take a gander at the bottle. So sometimes it'll be pretty obvious that you have a tester bottle. This one it's not obvious at all, except for the bottom it says tester, but sometimes some bottles have like the fragrance notes on the side. Sometimes they come without a cap. But yeah, I lucked out. This bottle looks pretty much identical to the full retail bottle. But let's talk about this fragrance. So it has a rating of 6.8 on Parfumo. The main accords of this fragrance are fresh, synthetic, spicy, sweet, and fruity. The top notes include juniper berry, ginger, and bergamot. The heart notes include sage, geranium, and provincial lavender. And the base notes include cedar, vetiver, and Indonesian patchouli. Let me do the same with this one. Let me go on Fragrantica. So this is YSL Intense. Okay. So, according to Fragrantica, we have top notes of ginger, juniper berries, and bergamot. Okay. Sage, geranium, and lavender for the middle notes. Okay, that's the same as well. And then base notes of vetiver, patchouli, and cedar. Okay, so alright, Parfumo didn't trip with this, with the fragrance notes on this one. So this fragrance, it is rather synthetic, but for some reason it gets so many compliments. It's like a powdery syntheticness, but I tend to not overspray this one because I feel like that synthetic powderiness will be too much for the nose. At that point, I noticed that I tend to really enjoy ginger notes, so this has that, and it's woody as well. I believe it's woodier than the Eau de Parfum Flanker, which, as those of you that have seen my previous videos, know that I love woody notes. So I prefer this one over the Eau de Parfum, the regular Eau de Parfum. This is the Eau de Parfum Intense. So yeah, this has gotten, I haven't worn this as much as Luna Rossa Carbon, but it's kind of almost up there with the compliments. I think mainly because it's so it projects like a monster. It really does. But yeah, this is YSL Eau de Parfum Intense. YSL Eau de Parfum Intense. Let's get this box closed up. Initio Musk Therapy. Initio Musk Therapy. Musk Therapy. Musk. 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 I love the design of Initio, the insignia or emblem. And I mean, it goes without saying at this point that I love gold, so this is like super nice in my opinion. Initio Musk Therapy Extrait de Parfum. This is the 90 ml 3.04 ounce. I think this is the only size that they sell it as. So price per mil, definitely the most expensive fragrance in this video. Let's get the bottle out, shall we? So it's there. Ooh, we have a sleeve. We have this sleeve that I will probably be making tapping sounds with in the future. This sounds really good. Okay, let's get the bottle out. I'm getting distracted. First, let's look at this box. I'm still in awe at this presentation. Look at this. It's nice and reflective and just it looks so premium. Embossed at the top says Initio. I don't know if you can see that. And in the bottom it just says Musk Therapy Extrait de Parfum. And the lot number. Okay. I don't think I set the fragrance down right, so I think I heard it shift. Okay, no it didn't. But here is the fragrance. Again, super in awe by the presentation. These bottles just scream quality. The bottle almost feels like it's made out of ceramic or something. And at the bottom we have Initio embossed again. It's matte white, almost ceramic, or I don't know, it might be ceramic. And then we have gold plated, very reflective. This has got to be like my top 3 bottle design. It's just so nice. So this fragrance has an 8.3 rating on Parfumo. It was released in 2021. It is this fragrance is ranked number 62 in unisex perfume. Okay, let me go to Fragrantica to see what they have there. So no fragrance pyramid on Fragrantica either. The fragrance notes on Fragrantica are white musk, black currant, bergamot, mandarin orange, magnolia, white sandalwood, and hedione. This box is thick. It's a thick, sturdy boy. Yeah, it'll definitely survive like a corner crush test. I noticed that Parfumo has pink musk listed instead of regular musk, and it doesn't list hedione. Does not list hedione like Parfumo. I mean, like Fragrantica does. Yep. Is there magnolia? Oh yes, there is magnolia on both websites. But like I said, this is my most recent purchase out of all these 5 fragrances that you are going to see in this video. And my most expensive. And I get compliments from everyone, not only women but men as well. They really like what this smells like. It is perfectly unisex. Both men and women can rock this, in my opinion. Sometimes, most of the time, or half the time, when someone is complimenting this fragrance, they stop and they're like, "Whoa, who's that? Who's that? That smells good." It's happened several times where someone stops and asks who smells good, and they don't know if it's a guy or a girl, and sometimes I'm not sure if they're talking about me. So they go around and start sniffing everybody, and then they narrow it down to me. But yeah, they probably thought they were smelling a woman. Surprise, it's me. But that is number 3. It's so smooth, super smooth. The musk is not animalic. It's not overpowering. It is a little powdery, a little citrusy, but it's mostly musk, and it's the most pleasant musk that you can imagine. I absolutely love this fragrance. So that is number 3, Musk Therapy. says Guerlain Paris G5, I guess the item code. Well, anyway, this is the eau de toilette of L'Homme Ideal. As you can see, this is a tester bottle, as it also states on the front of this box. So, I have no shame in buying testers if it saves me a couple of bucks. So, this fragrance, L'Homme Ideal by Guerlain, was released in 2014. It has a 7.3 rating on Parfums, and the scent is sweet, gourmand. The main accords of this fragrance are sweet, gourmand, spicy, woody, and fruity. We do have a fragrance pyramid on Parfums. The top notes consist of citrus fruits, orange blossom, and rosemary. I love rosemary in fragrance and in food. The heart notes include almond and tonka bean, and the base notes consist of cedar, Indian vetiver, and leather. Now, I think I got the eau de parfum first, and then this one, and I purchased this fragrance. I purchased this fragrance a little, and I received it shortly right before the weather started getting a little cooler. So I only got a couple of wears out of this. You do see it on this bottle because I did spray it into a decant. That's one thing that I have started to do. I do make decants of my bottles, and so I can reapply during my lunchtime or throughout the day as necessary. I mean, it's not necessary, but it's something that I like to do. And did y'all hear my stomach right now? Like I said, it's something that I like to do. I like to reapply. Why not? Why not get a decant and fill that up with your fragrance, and so you can keep smelling good and not have to worry about longevity. You can just simply reapply. Oh, cap noises aren't that good. This fragrance, like I said, this is more I would say summer, spring fragrance from the line. The Intense, the Eau de Parfum, and the Extreme are more summer, more fall, winter leaning. But yeah, I got this fragrance and I only had like a week window when I could wear this fragrance, because after that it started to get colder and I started wearing other fragrances that are better suited for the cooler months. So I literally only wore this, I think maybe 2 or 3 times, and all of those times I received compliments. On each occasion, numerous compliments. Literally the first day that I wore this fragrance, I got a compliment from a complete stranger. Again, I don't want to give too much information away, but I was next to them, and they seemed like they wanted to ask me something, but were a little hesitant pleasant, just smooth, just quality fragrance. And like I said, it's more for the summer, springtime, maybe the fall, maybe the warmer fall days. I highly recommend this fragrance, or any fragrance in the L'Homme Ideal line of Guerlain. They're just quality. I think I spent under $70 for this fragrance as a tester. But it's crazy to think that these fragrances used to be even cheaper in the past. They were definitely a steal back in the day. But in my opinion, I think they're still a steal right now for less than $100 because they're definitely high quality and they smell like they're worth more than that. So yeah, I saw this tester and I had to have it, man, for $68. So that is my number 2 most complimented fragrance. Again, most complimented by percentage worn. I've only worn this 3 times and I've gotten several compliments. That's like a 100% success rate. Man, maybe I should have put that one as a number 1 because my actual number 1, I don't think it has a 100% success rate. So you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and move that one up to number 1. Not that I'm thinking about it. And let's put number 2 where it belongs, which is Parfums de Marly Pegasus. This is the 4.2 fluid ounce, the 125 ml bottle, which is the biggest size. It is one of the first niche fragrances that I purchased. So it has an 8.0 rating on Parfums. It is ranked number 36 in unisex perfume, and it was released in 2011. The main accords of this fragrance are sweet, spicy, creamy, gourmand, and woody. The top notes consist of heliotrope, cypress, and bergamot. The heart notes include bitter almond, jasmine, and lavender. And the base notes consist of vanilla, amber, and sandalwood. This fragrance is a huge love for me. this fragrance has gotten so many compliments, but like I said, it is not a 100% compliment rate like Guerlain L'Homme Ideal is. This fragrance I got pretty early this year, so no, actually, I did get it pretty early this year, like in January if I'm not mistaken. I only had a few cold days to give this a wear, but actually before that I had a decant of this from Scentbox. Shout out to Scentbox. And I had that obviously before I got the bottle, but when I wore that decant, which I ran through, man, but when I wore that fragrance with the decant, I would get compliments almost every time I would wear it. I have gotten compliments from strangers as well. I think, when you get compliments from strangers, this is a definite compliment based. So this one, I have gotten compliments one time at a convenience store. I think I was in line to get food, and I literally just got in line, and some lady turns to me and says, "You smell so good." What is that? What fragrance do you have? What cologne do you wear? In my opinion, I think Parfums de Marly in general is a mass appealing fragrance company. So I think choosing any fragrance from this house will garner you compliments no matter what. I do have Leighton and Sedley as well from this house, but in my experience, I've received the most compliments from this fragrance right here. I was even told, I don't know, the most random compliments. Someone told me I smell like Christmas, and then somebody else told me that I smell like a nice like an air heater, like a nice warm air heater. Like warm air coming from a heater. But then she said in a good way, because I kind of had this perplexed look on my face when she said that. But anyway, that is my number 2 most complimented fragrance of 2023 from my collection. And yeah, I put number 2 last in my video. I'm weird like that. But yeah, after consideration, I have to give Guerlain L'Homme Ideal the gold. So that's the end of my video. I hope you liked today's video. I will do another So